All right, there we are.
Right. You gotta get a bunch of little clocks,
Bunch of little clocks.
or you can program your phone each time zone.
Yeah. I'm never on time. I think everybody knows that. I just kind of get drifting into talking to you guys in the background. Never on
Yeah.
time. I think everybody knows that. I just kind of get drifting into talking to you guys. Yeah. Hear the echo.
Yep.
How's everybody doing in the side chat? Looks like we're the only ones here.
Michael's there. Ron's there.
Ron's here. How you doing, Ron?
Well, Michael was there.
He was.
I used to do, went to type, do the @mi, and it didn't pop up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be along. There's probably still over in Steve's.
Yeah.
I didn't see him over in Steve's. Cheryl's here.
Hey, Cheryl.
That was weird. Cheryl showed up on StreamYard before she showed up on YouTube. Usually
yeah, it's kind of weird. That's
Michael's
that wag.
underneath Gerald.
That darn wag. Hey, John. Welcome. Both of y'all. Rep Ford just popped in as well.
Carol's here.
Fishes Loaves.
Hi, Carol. Hi, Iron Horse. Hi, John's wife.
Iron Fire Horse. Irene, how are you doing? I've been keeping up with that trial that started today for George Floyd.
Yeah. That's going to be
that's the police against the police type of thing there.
It's lawyers versus police.
It's Monday morning quarterbacks.
Yep.
That didn't watch the game.
You weren't at the site.
Yeah, going.
How many times you got to watch a guy get strangled?
Well, that's bad procedure right there.
Hey, John.
Another city on fire. Where are you talking about, John?
Which one? You got Portland, Seattle. You have East Coast cities. Like I said,
I think there's going to be a lot of protests coming up.
I tell a lot of people not to do that.
Yeah, no matter what the verdict is, it's going to be ugly afterwards.
Right.
It is, no matter what. Yep.
Like I told you guys earlier before we started, in Stockton at the canneries, do you know what settled it? People in the neighborhood got tired of people throwing dynamite at each other, so they opened fire. They didn't care if you were a company goon. They didn't care if you were a striker. They told everybody to quit. You're at home and a stick of dynamite lands in your front yard. I don't think you enjoy that too much.
Yeah.
And so the police came out. They said, "Okay, no more strike. Go home, everybody." And the police chief told the company, "You give them what they want, and then 2, you pay for all the damages," because they blew up 15 streets.
There you go. There's a movie. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They blew up whatchamacallit, several ambulances and stuff. And, the mayor got on to them on both sides.
Morning, Michael.
Morning, Michael.
The
mayor got onto them on both sides because you could protest and stuff. Sorry about that. You could protest and you can go against it and say no and stuff. But that was when you throw dynamite on each side. That's going a little bit.
That's blowing a hole in something.
Well, the Stockton incident wasn't the only time they were, the idiots were out there throwing dynamite or Molotov cocktails back and forth. I mean, there was in Chicago they did it, and I'm trying to remember the other back east they did it as well.
Chicago, New York. What's the other place below it? Boston. City of Brotherly Love. They had great union fights over there.
Yeah.
Dynamite goes boom. That's right, John.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I'll get.
But Chicago was more like what you would call Roaring Twenties. The mob controlled it, but the meatpacking plant district, you didn't want to mess with those guys. Those guys are, and also you find them. Oh, they're in the Chicago Lake Erie or Lake Superior, or they're butchers. They know how to use knives.
How's the weather for everybody?
Sunny
I think
here.
I'm in the 50s here. I think we're probably in a heat wave.
Yeah,
Looks like it's 66 here.
let's see if I can get the the US weather to load up again. Yeah, it's not. It's acting up. Tried updating it and it went bonkers on me.
I think spring's just around the corner. Kayla, good morning to you. How are you? Eating lunch.
Let's see if I can pull this up here. This way.
I think everybody should be starting to get their seeds in the ground, or maybe not in the ground outside, but in your little planter things and starting them inside because I think spring is just around the corner.
Right. And before that, we're going to have the worst storm in history because I'm checking it out. Gil's pulling it up.
I'm pulling something else on. The USGS, the NOAA weather system's not giving me my city because everything's in flux here so bad. An hour ago, we were having like 60, 70 mile an hour winds, and now it's stopped. Well, stopped. It's a calm breeze now, but I mean, the pine tree across the street went like that. And, stuff is just blowing all over the place.
Yeah, 66 is still a little bit too cold for soil planting outside because I have a soil thermometer. It should be about 72 or 70 for perfect germination. If you put it out right now, it's going to either freeze, blow away, die from the giant hailstones. Remember that, Will, on your car? The giant hailstones?
Yep.
Yeah. Your car got a beating. Could you imagine little tiny plant out there getting hit with golf ball size hail?
That's what we had. That's what beat up my car.
Yep. So you don't want to plant right now.
Okay, now I'm ready for the when the trial's over.
There you go.
The XM307 25 millimeter grenade launcher.
Yep. 40 Mike.
Programmable.
Programmable.
For airburst.
Yeah. It doesn't shoot by itself right now, does it? Or need somebody?
The person gets on there and they use the rangefinder, set it up.
Purple
the target is at 307 yards. Set detonation at 312 yards.
Is that right? Purple tulips, yep.
Yeah. Yep.
That'll be beautiful when they get ready to go lighting it down the sidewalk.
Yeah, I got
wherever she has them.
I got so much stuff in the front room there on those shelves by the front windows there. My cucumber are about that tall, and the cantaloupes are about that tall. Tomatoes are about that tall.
Inside or outside?
Inside. Oh, outside, everything be dead. Especially after that 80 mile an hour wind we had all night long.
Yeah, just blow it away.
Yeah. Yeah, my daughter had one of those kiddie
How did
pools.
camp go, Kaylin? You gotta be having some video up of your time at camp this past weekend, right?
Yeah, I want to see those.
Was it cold out?
Well, for those of you who didn't hear, last night is just about midnight. We were doing a bunch of we were on Wide Family Farm, Courtney's channel, and we were doing a bunch of love raids last night. And she made 40 new subscribers last night and put her over 1,000.
Right on.
Now she just needs the watch hours.
So she does a lot of live streams. That should get her the watch hours she needs.
Yeah, she's been doing. She had us did a quote silent live stream where she just ran it and had slides pop up now and then for 5 hours, and she got a bunch there. But she had last night when we got off at I guess it was just after midnight. It was she had like 97 likes. So
yeah, but careful, folks. Everybody's doing that, and YouTube's changing their algorithm. You have to put out some kind of video. If you do all live stream, they just dock this guy. I'm looking because he always do live stream and no video content. They docked him hard.
At least one. I try to do 1 or 2 a week. I used to do 1 every day. But
live streams?
Yep. Or not live stream. I used to do 1 video every day.
That's okay.
I don't do it anymore. I just don't have it in me with my lungs.
Right. Remember, folks, if you don't have video content, and they're really cracking down because you're supposed to go across the board. Remember, Will, we did this, I think, before you went to hospital for your eyes. We covered like what you're supposed to have on your homepage, your videos, playlists, community channels, and then the homepage. And a lot of people are not doing that, and they're not even putting up their face or symbol for them in the little round thing. And they're just going like, you should
have a picture of yourself on your homepage, and you need to also have a banner. If you don't have a banner up there, people are gonna just zip right by your page and not even stop and look around.
Right.
The first thing they see when they come to your page is they see your banner. If the banner doesn't tell them what your page is about, they are not going to stay there. They're not going to look around. They're not going to look at any of your content. It's just the way it is.
Right. Cheryl, you need a laptop or desktop computer. You can do it on the phone. You have to ask Will. Where's Will? Will's right there.
Yeah, I have some. Well, I probably don't have many more because when I changed my name, they took a bunch of my videos away from me. But if you guys tell me, I'll go back and I'll redo those videos and I'll show you guys how to set everything up.
Yeah,
it's real easy.
Right. I think you should do that one because it does help the newbies so they don't lose their channels, or because a lot of times YouTube will think it's remember we were talking about this, Will, the rover channels that people use on cell phones, and they don't have the letter R. Brought to you by the letter R and little orange circle. And there's nothing on their channel, no videos, nothing, no descriptions, not even email address. And then you find out it's from Russia and they're trying to sell you pornography.
Yep. Yep, it's pretty easy. You gotta have that banner. Another thing, the about page is really important. If you don't have that about page right, people are gonna bother with you. People that are actually looking for stuff or looking for good content, they're gonna look at the banner. If they like what they see on the banner, they'll go right to your about page and find out just exactly what you got going for you.
Well, Cheryl
I used to have a whole section on that. I may just go ahead and redo it for you guys.
Cheryl will watch it. She has an iPad Pro, an iMovie, and she'll watch it. And she needs to do an about page Let's see if I could bring this up on mine. So let me.
I used to run nothing but OBS, so I did a lot of OBS tutorials. And so after I did the tutorials on OBS, I went ahead and did the other ones that telling you how to do all that other stuff too. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'll go look. I think if they're not still in my library, I'll redo them. But if they're in my library, I'll try to shoot them up to the top of the list for you guys. Where are those guys going? Is that John Wayne?
That's my posse. It's John Wayne, Kirk Douglas, and
the Jewish guy.
No,
Kirk Douglas.
The one over here on the far right.
The other Jewish guy.
Yeah.
That's not Indian. That was a guy with the wig.
W-A-G.
Okay, you're about
Howard Keel.
Howard Keel. Told you it was Jewish. See, that's what your about page should look like.
Yep.
Who, what, where?
Yeah.
If you've just got like one sentence or two sentences when it says about you, they're not going to stay around. I'm just telling you. You want to use the first 3 or 4 lines telling them about you. Then you want to skip a couple of spaces and then put about 10 lines in of what you expect of your channel and where you expect it to go. And if it looks like that, then people will say, "Hey, this guy knows what he's doing."
Right.
Here you go. You want to share that? There's my banner and then my about page here. And it's not one big long paragraph. It's broken up a couple sentences per paragraph about why, what we're planning on doing, everything else. And then, of course, you have to make sure you upload your email in here so people can contact you. Yeah, they got to click on it and click the "I am not a bot" and to get your channel email. But yeah.
Right. And remember, folks, sometimes the view email does not work on cell phones or smartphones. It has to be or
tablets. Sometimes it has to be on a computer.
Tablet or a laptop or a tabletop or something like that.
Yeah. And
I will just go ahead and make another video of it.
And there's this trailer.
So you should have your banner up. I got to condense my banner so it shows up better on cell phones and tablets.
Right.
But then you should have a welcome for a short video under 5 minutes about explaining about what you're doing, everything else, showing stuff. And then what else do you have now? You can actually adjust what you have on your displays here. I keep my uploads on top. Then my next row is my popular uploads. And then I got a couple of the popular playlists. And so they can see my playlist there. And then I got featured channels down below. Hey, there's Will right there.
Oh, man.
And you put, I think you can put like 10 featured down below. But yeah, I really, Daryl at Two Family Homestead says I really need to chop this up and bring it in closer together. You can still have the banner goes all the way across, but on the outside, it just needs to be superfluous stuff because the center core is what will show up on the.
Your picture needs to be, like you said, in a little bit. On the outside of it, you could even put like just some color and then put some images in there, you know.
Actually, it's got to be one picture.
Yeah.
You can all make it one picture. You go to
Photoshop stuff, but yeah. But
basically, it up on Canva and just clip it right in there. Yep.
Yeah, he said I should have moved the tractor over a little bit more to the right, and then move the family compound printing over to the left, and made it a little bit, used like aerial narrow so it would shrink up a little bit. And so
Right.
I got to rebuild that now.
And remember, folks, your basic for the description and the about page is who, what, and where. That way you can remember it. 3 W's.
Let me see. Does this allow me to do? Where is it? It's not. I don't. I hate the new Windows update because it took away down the bottom. I used to have the stuff where I could click on it and do magnifications easy. Nope, that's that one. Let's try this one here. Nope, not that one there. Yeah, they hid the zoom where you could enlarge your view there. Just trying to figure out now. Control that. Update. There it is. So if I enlarge it here, and then I zoom it up so you can actually read what I have on mine there. So talking about, why we're leaving California, why we came up here to Idaho, buying the property, what we're planning to do to the property, what's going to go on. I'm going to update this. I need to update this as well. This has been up there for 2 years now this way, so I need to update it. Because now I enlarged the place. I bought another house up here as well. I need something about that. We've got about one land now. We got about a second one, enlarging the compound area, something like that. But so, yeah, let me take this back down to 100. Yeah, there we go. Stop sharing. There we go.
Yeah, that should be about what it looks like.
It's kind of funny on
And
Howard Keel.
everybody's page will look a little bit different.
Yep.
Don't think just because Gil's looks like that, what yours has to look like. That's not. That's not true. They're all going to look a little bit different.
Right, but they have to have this same information.
The same information is going to be there, but just because his looks like that doesn't mean yours has to. You still have to have the content. Yeah. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, but
what you put in there, how you arrange it.
What you put in there is up to you. Yeah.
Right.
Some people put in there, instead of their recent uploads, they put their popular uploads first, and then down below it, they put their recent uploads. And some of them put playlists in there.
When I shoot the video, I'll show you how you can pick what you have on your home page.
Right.
There's a little pencil on there. You click on it, and it'll tell you what you want to have in there, whether you want it to be your current uploads or if you want it to be your recent live streams or something like that. You get to pick what you put up there.
Right. It's kind of funny on Howard Keel, the Indian. He played an Indian in this one. He played on Showboat a singer because he has Broadway backgrounds. And then he played a comedian in something else. I can't remember the movie with Jane Russell. And I'm like, wait, he was an Indian, Irish singer or tenor in Showboat. And then what was he with Jane Russell? I can't remember. And it was a comedy too. And it's like, gee, he works a lot. All in the same year as War Wagon.
Yeah.
Cowboys and Indians, that's my favorite.
Yeah. Now they're trying to ban that, the cancel culture. It's not fair to the Native Americans.
One thing after another, they want you to not be bad to anybody, but if you really think about it, from when we grew up, it's been the same forever. Our parents taught us how to treat.
They're trying to cancel
other people.
They're trying to cancel our parents too. It's all to believe the state, comrade. Because the Chinese don't have this problem. The Chinese already did it in '68. They had the Cultural Revolution that lasted from 1968 to 1973, and they destroyed about a quarter century of information and brainwashed all of China.
Well, actually, our parents actually do teach us what our lifestyle should be. It's up to us to fine tune it after we get past their teachings,
Yeah, but it gets kind of weird when we talk about it because a lot of parents just dump their kids in front of the TV and don't interact.
Yeah, well, that's these days. If I think about it a lot. Back when I was a kid growing up, they didn't have video games and they didn't have TVs and stuff like that.
No, we had
So
Uno.
you had you had to actually interface with your parents, somehow if you wanted to uh, do anything. So after dinner, we'd all sit down and play cards or actually sit and talk to each other. So that made a big difference in how you learned about the world.
Yeah,
Like my dad, he worked for Boeing, and he made airplanes, and so he would sit down and he would talk about his day at Boeing making airplanes. It was just totally different world back then.
yeah,
So it was different from what the kids do now, where the parents both work and the mom and dad take off and go to work, and the kids come home from school and do whatever the heck they want to. Really. It's like a self-taught world anymore.
true, but that's a bad thing because the Cultural Revolution in China tried that. You go to work, kids stay home, or they'll go to an after school education fun recreation center where they get the little red book and they sprout off Mao and they go around terrorizing people. You're not part of the collective and beat the living hell out of them.
Mhm.
And that's true. The worst thing about history is I study a lot and also I preach a lot. Like you'll notice last night, I do preach, and when I fire and brimstone, it is not funny. You want to get away from me because I did 40 pieces of silver because Saturday was Passover and it was the last meal of Christ, his last Passover. So I did a hell and brimstone adult Sunday school on 47 pieces of silver, and then I put in a lot of things and people are like, "Oh hell, we're in the wrong Sunday school class. Let's leave." And I see people trying to get up, and I'm like, "No." And I'm like, "I'm right on them. I won't let anybody out of the room until they finish hearing me."
Yeah.
Yeah, I read and study a lot too. I don't. I'm not one of those guys that likes to talk a lot or can't always talk in a way that people like to understand me. But I know a lot about a little.
Yep. You just got
I
to work on your whatchamacallit, your style. Have to get
Yeah.
it because like last night video, it's all true what you said, but you lost people after
You want
5
me to tell
minutes.
you how I lost it?
Where?
My friggin' girlfriend got in my face while I was doing it, so I lost track of where I was at.
Uh,
I told her, I said, "You can't be in here when I'm doing this." And she says, "Fuck you, I'm going to do whatever I want."
uh, Sylvia, you're quiet. Anything interesting?
Yeah, the YouTube. I'm just listening to YouTube. Yeah, and I'm watching the windstorm pick back up outside the window here.
You should have a window cam.
How was it when you grew up, Gil? Did your parents, both your parents work?
Part of the time, yeah. When I was when I was 3 years old, which I don't remember much about, we moved to Northern California. My mom didn't work up there. We moved back down to Southern California in '66. And I think it was 67 or 68. My mom went back to work for her stepfather. He owned a catering company that catered to the motion picture studios. When they went out and did filming, she'd go out there and feed everybody. Actually, my grandfather created the first quote roach coach, built the first one.
Oh, that's kind
There's
of
other,
cool. My grandfather was a carpenter out there in the Hollywood set.
yeah, and so during the school year, well, she'd leave for work at 4 o'clock in the morning, so get everything get everything all set up, and get the truck all loaded. Head out to the chute to serve breakfast at 6:30, and then she'd serve lunch, and then she'd come back after lunch. And so about the time she got back, we'd probably been home from school about an hour, and we better have had our homework done. Ow!
Oh yeah.
Ow!
Good.
But
Go ahead.
during the summertime, once I was 10 years old, I would go out and help her. So I wasn't getting paid, but I go out because I wanted to go out and see all the movie stars. So I go out and help set up everything, set up the coffee urns and all the tables and everything, serving tables and stuff. And that was some great times. I mean, I actually was on one shoot where Burl Ives they were shooting a commercial, and he had to have a special meal. And he ate it in the RV they had for him. So I took it over, served it to him and stuff. And while they're shooting one time, I was out sitting off the side watching, and he incorporated me into the commercial because I was the only kid there. He was impromptu. He goes, "Wait, let's try this again. You come here. And he walked me up like I was his grandson on the one. They almost used it, but they forgot to get me to sign the waiver on it. So
because you were underage.
No, because as for payment, stuff, just
Oh,
but it was that one, and my brother spent 3 weeks serving Jim Backus on a movie.
Oh, that's good.
And it was just yeah. So, I also spent 2 years. I spent every Saturday washing a green Vista Cruiser Oldsmobile station wagon. And on the glove box, it said custom made for John Wayne.
Wow.
Because instead of it, the Vista Cruiser station wagon in the back and the back seat, it was up high and had the glass on the sides, and it dropped down, had the glass across the front and it was normal height over the front seat. Well, they got rid of that, and it was high all the way over the front seat.
So his head would fit in there, huh?
So he could sit up straight, not smash his head down.
Yeah.
Right. You know what's funny about all this, because of our Hollywood connection, my great grand uncle, before he deported in 23, used to work in the is it Gulper or Gulch? It's a gulch where all the old time wranglers for the horses.
Mm-hmm.
And he was there, and he met a very young John Wayne, fresh out of Stanford. He was on a football team. And he was talking to his friend. I asked, "Who's your friend?" "Oh, you won't know them. He's one of the brothers who came to California, and he's a sports promoter." Years later, I'm trying to piece that together. Sports promoter. Who's he talking about? I found out he was talking to Wyatt Earp. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
And he said, "Yeah, he's a small man, but he doesn't carry a gun belt because what he likes to do is put it in his back pocket." And it's always over the right hip, and he'll have a custom-made holster because he used to do sporting events. And when the crowd gets out of hand, or if the fighters don't listen to him, he'll put out that gun and shoot a full load into the ceiling. And he told me at one boxing match that he went to see, he did that. He pulled it down and says, "Quiet out there." And then he go and lose. And that scared the hell out of me when I was little, because he told me in those days, they were real cowboys, and they taught like John Wayne, Kirk Douglas, and all those guys how to ride horses. John Wayne already knew because it was taught in the 20s. Kirk Douglas learned back east. Howard Keel at the end had to go through the program because they went during the 50s. There was a big scandal. People, well, I'll just write it out at the, you know where I'm talking about, Gil, that little park where they ride the horses.
Mm-hmm. Out there, also for this,
Brain fart.
Begins with a G. Griffith Park.
Right. And they ride the little horses there. All the horse wranglers look at them, says, no, you're going to learn how to ride the horse. You're going to learn how to saddle it. You're going to clean it, feed it, and shovel the poo. And a lot of Hollywood actors in the 50s didn't like that, except for Lee Marvin. He already knew how to ride a horse. And also he was a Marine too.
Oh, yeah. And who's Ben Johnson?
Yep.
Was hired as a horse wrangler by Howard Hawks. And 3 weeks after he hired him, he goes, "No, I need you to. How good of a rider? Really, how good of a rider? Had him do some stuff." That movie, he became a stuntman, and then after that, he became John Wayne's sidekick in all of the movies.
Yep. And I forgot Roy Rogers, the wobbler, had Ben Johnson also singing in his band too.
Oh, hey. You remember the TV show Gunsmoke?
Yep.
Festus. Okay. His real name just flew out of my head. He was the original singer for.
He's a good singer, yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, but he was the original singer. You know, the original soloist for Sons of the Pioneers.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a good singer.
Yeah, he was.
I've heard him sing before, and he sings pretty good. He sang on one of the Gunsmoke episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot his name. Like you go, brain memory lost.
Yeah, my grandpa.
We're going back to ancient history now, guys.
Yeah, my grandpa was the carpenter for all the Western and stuff backdrops. He would go in and make all the buildings and stuff for them just before the movie and everything. So he got to chum up with all these actors and stuff. I would go out and visit him. My parents would pawn me off on him for 2 weeks out of every summer.
Yeah.
I'd kick me out to his place for 2 weeks. He'd take me down while he's banging boards on the sets. You get to see all the movie stars walking around talking like they're just regular folks, you know.
Yeah. Because back then it was a small community and they didn't have the paparazzi. Cheryl says it was Curtis, last name. I can't remember the first name.
Ken Curtis. Yeah.
Ken Curtis, that's it.
Yeah.
Also, he sang some country western songs too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty good singer.
Yeah, I couldn't believe he did Shakespeare.
You can look him up on YouTube. I've heard a couple of songs that he did on YouTube.
He does a lot of stuff on him on YouTube from TV shows and everything else.
It's kind of weird when he does Hamlet, but that was his young days.
Yeah.
And I said, "That's Ken Curtis."
The Daniel Boone TV show.
Yep.
The little kid Israel.
Yeah.
All right, that was Darby Hinton.
Mm-hmm.
He's 1 month older than I am, and it was a movie that he wasn't the Daniel Boone one, is a different one he was on, and that's when during the summer I was out there, and every chance he got, he snuck away from the shoot, came over to the roach coach. He says, "Hey, let's go play." So, and then Frozen.
Yep.
Yeah, the other one, which most people don't know, was John Wayne's son Ethan. He actually played his grandson in Big Jake.
Yep.
The little boy. He and I used to play around all the time together during the summers when he'd come over with his dad to my grandfather's rental equipment and catering company. And most of John Wayne stored most of his the Backjack trucks. Backjack was his production company, stored the trucks there, and he'd come over just about every Saturday and shoot the breeze with my grandfather and my dad. And so Ethan and I would go out, screw around on the equipment, climb on the dozers and climb the cranes, and crawl through the kitchens and all the kitchen trucks and everything else. And
how about everybody in the side chat? Did you guys all grow up with working parents, or how did you guys get through your adolescent lives?
I had animal.
That's kind of funny that the three of us kind of interlinked there. because of our background.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's all good fun. And then after 68, everything went to hell. I had my own theories on that.
Yeah. Well, like Ben Johnson started out as a horse wrangler.
Yep.
In 1956. That was the 10th year my dad was in top 10 of the National All Around Cowboy. He was hired with a couple other guys from the rodeo in St. George, Utah, to be extras on a Howard Hawks movie out there in what canyon is that? Johnson Canyon.
Right.
And when that movie was over, my grandfather was catering that and hired my dad to help move all the equipment back to California. And my dad met my mom, who's the cook. He fell in love. Yeah.
Yeah, Kaylin said that her parents
12 months later, I was born.
both worked.
Yeah.
I had
Both their
animals.
parents worked and that they moved around a lot.
Yeah.
I had animals and I had a big garden because my family ran a feed store, a nursery, the farm. Blah. Because I woke up, time to milk the cows, time to feed the chickens, go to school, come back, feed the cows, feed the chickens, milk the cows, groom the cows, check on the chickens, kill all the rats, then dinner. And then if I get chance, I could do my homework.
Yeah.
I don't smell like
Cheryl, she said that her dad worked from daylight till dark.
Yeah.
And Michael, my mom stayed at home. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. So your mom did work. She just had to do it from home.
Yeah, like fishes and loases. Yeah, they used to use 440 blanks, and that has a wax bullet sometimes because you see the smoke trails. And if you get too close, yeah, you do get shot in the behind.
Yeah. Those wax. Well, basically, it's about that thick,
Funny
and it's
fishing.
a piece of cardboard waxed on both sides, and it would stick in. They put it in there, just a little bit of wax more inside of it. But yeah, that stuff would come out burning hot.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yes, it is tough growing up anymore. And like most of the people in the side chat are older, like we are.
Right.
And
Remember, folks, we can't use curse words. It's
I
not
did.
immigrants. It's the AS word. So
I
please
did.
use the you're the host. But on the side check, please be careful because it just flashed me.
Yeah. You just put do a dollar sign.
Yep.
Steve
Michael
doesn't mind
says-
it on his channel.
And
Steve-
Michael
Steve
says
says-
his
Steve
dad was in the army
Yeah. Hi, great man.
until about the 4th grade. So he was pretty much an army brat. Hey, great man, how you doing?
Yeah.
How about you, Gray Man? The question was, oh hell, I forgot the question now. Oh, how did you grow up with both your parents working or not? Do you come from a working house? I guess is the question.
We are farmers. We're always working.
Yeah.
I wanted a nice suburban life, not wake up 4:30 in the morning every day and go to school, get ready to go to school.
Gray Man probably come from a working family. I don't know. He got that big lake there by his place. Might come from a bunch of fishermen.
Oh, I just thought about a little analytic story for you. The first time my dad met John Wayne, it was on the set of the Green Berets. My dad was they were pulling the stoves out of the roach coaches to set up make an outdoor kitchen because they were going to be there for several months at the one spot. My dad had disconnected, and my dad weighed 150 pounds. Okay, he's 5'9.5", and he's there wrestling the stove out, trying to get it out. Next thing he knows, the pair of hands grabs his hips, picks him up, sets him aside, goes, "Let me get that for you." And John Wayne grabbed that stove, picked it up, and walked it out of the. It's a big Viking stove. I mean, picked that up and walked it out of the truck.
Well, John Wayne's a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
So was James Arness.
Oh,
James Arness is a huge guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I met both brothers, James Arness and Peter Graves.
Yep.
Dad was Army. Mom worked for the governor in Texas. Gray man. So your mom was in politics.
Illinois just took away the state tax exemption for farmers.
Good.
Ooh, Illinois is going to take a hit in their growing crops.
They took it away, sales tax exemption?
The exemption away.
Oh,
hey,
God.
Doc, how you doing?
Are these people trying to starve America?
Yeah. That's the secret. That's the secret agenda right now for the demon rats. They want to. That's why the real rich ones are buying up.
I don't think it's all just
shutting them down.
I don't think it's all just them, though, Gil. If you read all the articles, it's not all them.
No, it's also big business.
Buying all the farmlands and hibernating the farmlands, not in industry, not doing anything with them, but they're keeping them farmlands, but they're shutting down operations.
Yeah,
that there'll be a food shortage because Amazon is buying up a whole bunch as well, and like
Apple,
not just Amazon.
Gates is buying a bunch, and what they're going to do is they're all going. There is a contract that they're supposed to fire back up and sell all their food through Amazon.
Mr. Bezos.
Yep.
And so Amazon's going to save everybody with food deliveries for an arm and a leg in your firstborn.
Yeah, and it could be not natural food either, because Apple and Microsoft, excuse me,
they're going for the genetic modified.
So you might go.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Simon.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
You're going to have extra garden plots this year, Gray Man? That's a good idea, my friend.
I always have 3 gardens. One garden is my patio. Second garden's at my nephew. Third one I rent from a truck farmer, and he does my gardening out there.
Everybody be on should be on that same path. If you can grow your own food this year, you should.
And don't
because
show
we're
it on.
coming up with a shortage of food, but not only that, the rich people are buying up all the land so that they can grow the crappy food.
Yeah. Also, that's for economic reason, economic warfare. But the big thing is on the food front. If you have a homestead or garden, I would not show it too much because nobody ever watches the old movie No Blade of Grass where people out of the city comes out and raid the garden.
Hey, how you doing, my friend?
Raid the countryside for food and do all sorts of bad things.
Well, I heard they're going to start taxing the private homesteads and stuff and try to knuckle them into not growing food too.
Yeah, they're going to have a hard time proving what's a homestead and what's just someone that has a little bit of land. But the big thing is about talking about taxing land. Biden wants to put a 3% value tax on every piece of property in the United States for
I saw you
federal.
sneak in, Miss Nina. Discover the Sustainable is in, you guys. You're not subscribed to her. I need you to go over there and flip that red button for me. Very nice lady. She's got good content. She has to start over again. Please get over there and help her out.
What happened to she?
She got caught in one of the purges.
I mean, why would they just take her channel away from her, or?
She can tell you if you go over there and visit her.
Yeah. It's a regular homesteading prepper.
She is. She's been well established in YouTube for a while. She's very nice lady. She deserves to be a handout.
Right, but a lot of folks don't realize a lot of older prepper channels no longer exist because they like the 2A or they shoot guns and they took apart guns and the whole bit, and then nope, not a homesteader, nope, not a prepper channel, nope, not a cooking channel, use guns in the background, nope. So they purged a lot of people. I almost got purged. Remember, Will, when they took 1,500 followers from me in 3 days?
Yep. Here you go. Let's see. Here you go, y'all.
Banned from Twitter.
Yep. Because Jack Dorsey is a commie. Also buying up farmlands too and water rights. I don't trust that guy. He has tiny little beady eyes and he has this weird Trotsky kind of beard.
You still got your crossbow though, Miss Nina?
She used a phrase, I lost them all in a boating accident. That won't hack it anymore, folks, so don't use that, please. I can see your attorney. You can't say that. Why not? You're going to get 5 years included.
I got the video of them all falling out of them in the boat and the boat going down.
Hey, my AR went in the lake this weekend.
Yeah, and then they said, you got additional 5 years lying to the Justice Department.
No, I got the video. It shows the boat
prove it.
And the stuff in the boat.
Then they got you on conspiracy.
For what?
Conspiracy for what?
Yeah, you're going to say that, and they're going to put another 5 years. By the time you get it settled, you got about 150 years to go through.
I'll be saying, hey, man, I got it then. Send me away.
Okay, we're almost top of the hour. We have about
6 minutes left.
6
Gil,
minutes.
give me 2 minutes.
2 minutes, huh? All right, hang on. Let me bring it up here. So tomorrow night is communications. What's your plan to communicate with your family and others in emergency? Froze again. In general emergencies and national disasters, and we're going to go over show a bunch of different ways you can communicate that most people don't think about. And we also are going to talk about dead drops and stuff like that for our passing messages. And then next Friday is what is your current DEF CON status now after the pandemic?
Yeah, that's easy. Orange alert.
No, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Whoa, well, I'm at DEF CON 5. Never mind.
I like it.
That's a good one.
it's in a drainage canal or somebody stole my Jeep with my firearms in it. Great. I wouldn't say that in California, folks.
No, he said he made a police report on it. They're all gone.
That means he's legal.
Yeah, but I know California. So does Gil. They're
Yeah.
going to get him for something else. Unsecured weapons in a vehicle.
But he's in Minnesota. He don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Give it
You too,
time.
Nina. All right, you guys. We're at the hour. I'm going to tell you that we're going to have a Thursday topic night, and that starts at 1 p.m. on Thursday. And I still don't have the topic yet. I think it's going to be on the economy. That's where I'm leaning towards for right now. If it changes, then I will let you know. Other than that, I'll be putting out another video sometime this week.
All right.
And then Monday, we have free for all Monday again.
Yep. Folks, remember, watch my video. There are going to be shortages. If you don't get your toilet paper now and your coffee, I'm sorry. You got to wait until October.
Make sure if you don't have a garden to plan one.
Yeah.
Food shortages are coming. We need to make sure that you got that food planted.
Oh, speaking of which, I found out through my grapevine connections back at work that the Biden administration canceled the Ready.gov PR push to try to get everybody to plant a garden. So they, besides trying to wipe out all the farmers, they canceled the thing trying to tell people to grow food. So, gee, think there's a conspiracy there with the with Mr. JB and Kamala.
I think it's farther past them. It's the Richies.
Well, who do you think sponsoring them and pulling their strings?
The Chinese, big business. I mean, high tech.
Mm-hmm.
Just follow the trail. Just
Follow the money. Yep.
Yep.
All right, you guys. Thanks for coming by.
Remember, be like these guys up here.